Lock the door.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Deputy Becker. I work for the Sheriff's Department. The reason I pulled you over tonight, your license plate's been expired for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Can I see your driver's license and your
Sure.
insurance information?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I think this is still a good one. Yeah. Up until
Thank
this.
you, sir.
Yep.
I'm going to be issuing you a citation for that. I'll have that with you in a couple of minutes, okay? Just sit tight. All right, friend. You want to roll down your window so I can explain this to you?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, well, I'm going to need you to sign it, so...
You can fit it right there. I can see that at the width right now. No, I wouldn't like to roll down my window,
Go ahead and
please.
step out of the car and we'll talk about it behind your
Am I being detained?
Yeah, you're being detained.
For what
I'll
crime?
serve this ticket to you. Step
Oh,
out of the car.
I can see the ticket right here.
listen.
Excuse me. I'd like to speak to a supervisor. I need a supervisor on this scene immediately,
Speak to
please.
my supervisor, but the Supreme Court has ruled that I can have this traffic stop take place wherever I want.
And it's happening. It's taking place. It's taking place. I can sign that.
Sir. If you do not step out of your car so I can explain this citation to you, then you're going to be obstructing my investigation.
This is an illegal stop.
It's not an illegal stop.
What are you
I'm trying to serve
stopping
you
me
a
for?
citation for your license plate.
And I'm accepting the citation.
Okay. I'm going to need you to step out and sign it. And I'm not going to
I can
do this
sign
at
it.
your window if they're
There.
rolled up.
What? I can have my
I'm not
window.
gonna reach my hand in your window.
You don't
okay?
need to put the clipboard through my window.
I'm telling you.
You're not. No, you just said you're asking me. Why am I ordered to step out of a vehicle?
Because I'm going to have you sign.
This is illegal. What you're doing. I need to speak with a supervisor. Call 911. Call 911. This is illegal. What is your name and badge number? Becker. A. Becker. You can easily put this through my window right here. You have no reason to pull me out of this vehicle. You have no probable cause for any search. I do not consent to any searches. I am not your friend. You are a police officer who's illegally conducting a traffic stop right now. I demand a supervisor here immediately. And you have no legal right to pull me out of this vehicle.
Supervisor here, friend. And yes, I do have every legal right to have you step out.
I have not committed any crime. You have not accused me of committing any crime. This is... You're pulling me
while I'm getting a supervisor, okay?
You're pulling me over for a registration.
Exactly, I explained that to you.
Okay, and what was you saw that in the middle of the night out here on the country road? What is the reason for pulling me over? You ran my plate. Yeah, you just said you ran my plate. That's a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. You cannot just run my plate without reasonable suspicion of me committing a crime. That is illegal.
That's literally 100% incorrect.
That is unconstitutional. What, for you to run my plate without reasonable suspicion of a crime?
I'm trying to serve this citation.
And I'm accepting the citation. You can hand it through my window.
Who wants to see a supervisor?
I did not say I'm refusing the citation.
That's exactly what you said.
You're more than welcome to hand it through my... No, I have the whole thing on video right now. The whole thing's been filmed. It's live streaming. Good.
What I need to understand is this. I'm not trying to have this with you. You're creating this issue.
No. I'm saying... Exactly right. You initiated violence against me by pulling me over in the first place.
I haven't done any violence.
I'm saying I will accept a citation.
Extortion is violence.
There's 2 inches of room right here. We can have an audible conversation. You don't have to. That's dangerous. You don't. First of all, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to put the clipboard through the window.
Just because of your attitude, your extreme anger and aggression, you seem like a dangerous guy.
I'm not a dangerous. I'm a dangerous guy. No,
I'm
sir.
sorry, sir. That's absolutely wrong. You're the one wearing the costume and the badge.
And accept this citation and sign it.
I'm accepting the citation, and I'd like to be free to leave. Because
you're not free to leave until you complete receiving this citation. Do you understand?
Okay, that's fine, and that's why I asked for a supervisor because
listen. I've already explained to you legally that the Supreme Court has ruled that I can have this traffic stop take place wherever I want, which means if I feel that it's necessary for my safety, I can have you step out of the car to sign this citation, which is what I am doing.
Have I committed a crime?
You are obstructing that right now.
Have I committed a crime?
What?
Have I committed a crime?
You're currently obstructing my service.
No. I can't obstruct something without committing a crime to begin with. What crime have I committed?
You're refusing my orders.
I'm not refusing your citation. I'm asking for...
refusing the citation. You're refusing my orders on this traffic stop.
Listen, I don't want to argue law with you because...
have you step out of this car and issue this citation to you at the back of your vehicle because I do not feel safe reaching my hands into your car with your current...
That's fine. That's why I'm asking for a supervisor.
I'm trying to have you do, but you're obstructing it.
I'm not obstructing anything.
On the way, no problem. They're going to tell you the exact same thing that I just told you.
Okay.
So
we'll see.
I
Well, wait.
personally wish that you would just be.
I don't care about your personal.
If
wishes.
I don't care about your personal.
Sign the ticket,
I'm saying
and
I'll
then
sign
you
the
can just
ticket. You
leave.
won't give it to me.
Okay.
You can see my hands. Look, here's both my hands. Here's both my hands. You can see both my hands. You have your flashlight. You can look at my lap. There are no weapons.
For me to reach my hands inside your car.
I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to put your clipboard through my window so I can sign the ticket and be on my way.
You're just being deliberately obstructive.
I'm being
You wanna
assertive
do
with
this
you.
So that you can take
This is not.
We're exercising our rights as
Whatever.
citizens.
That's
Are you-
exactly what you
this
wanna
is for
do.
YouTube?
You wanna
No, this is-
create a problem so that you can try to get me acting inappropriately, and then you can get.
No, I
famous
don't like to
posted.
be harassed and extorted for arbitrary
I'm not asking
victimless
you-
crimes.
I'm trying to issue you a citation because
And
your
I'm
license
saying I'll
plate expired
accept it.
more than 6 months ago, and you're refusing to accept.
Oh, really? When you looked it up on your computer, did you see that it was valid?
No.
Oh, no, you sure?
Expired.
Oh, but I thought you ran it. I thought you violated my Fourth Amendment and ran my license plate without me committing
The
a
Fourth
crime.
Amendment has nothing
Did
to
I
do
commit-
with public information, which is your license.
Did I
plate. Why do you
commit-
think they put license plates on cars?
Did I commit a moving violation?
You're operating a vehicle with expired registration.
And how'd you find that out? Well, way
By
back there
running your
sitting.
license plate.
Fourth
You know, there's
Fourth
a
Amendment
pink
violation.
sticker on the back of your license plate, which is pink.
And how'd you
green
see
like
that?
It should be.
And how'd you
That's
see
for
that in the
law
middle of the
enforcement
night?
To identify expired registration.
You saw that in the middle of the night out here in the country roads. You saw that. No, you saw my car. You know who I am.
I have no idea.
Oh no, you just said I was going to put it on YouTube, but you don't know who I am. You know exactly who I am.
Okay.
Okay.
That's because you're recording me.
For
You're
my
gonna do
safety
something
and your
else?
liability. I'm recording for my safety and your liability.
I'm recording you for the same reason.
Great.
That doesn't
We're on
matter.
the same page then.
All
I'd
I
like
want you
to
do is
sign this.
ticket.
That's all. And I'm
I'll
saying I'll
reach you in
sign
the
it.
car to do it.
And I'll
Okay?
sign it. I don't need to step out of the car and put myself at risk to your violence to sign a citation over a license plate.
What
I'm saying
violence specifically are you talking
you're
about?
carrying a gun. You're holding me on the side of the road against my will to take my money for something, an arbitrary victimless
I'm
crime.
detaining you while you sign a citation.
And I'm saying I'll
stating
sign it.
That you understand.
Do you have no reasonable suspicion of a violation of your safety or that I've committed any
I
crime?
already told
You have no
I'm
right
not
to pull me out of the
reaching my
car.
hands in your car.
I didn't ask you to. I'm saying put the clipboard through your car. If there was really a reason already.
So you're saying that if I put this clipboard through here, you're gonna sign the ticket and we
Yeah.
can all just get out of here?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying the entire time. I'm not gonna bite your hand. I don't bite. I mean, unless you really want me to. I don't. And I'm saying I'm showing you my hands.
All right, man. All right. Can you see this?
I can.
Okay. This is a promise to comply.
Okay.
Okay? It says, without admitting guilt, I promise to comply with the terms of this ticket and release.
Okay.
All right? This is your court appearance. I'm going to mark this as a no court appearance required.
Okay. I'll be there. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Your court date is going to be at 10, 13, 16, at 9 a.m.
All right.
Right. This is for expired registration.
Okay.
There's the ILCS number right there.
Okay.
All right.
Do you really feel threatened by handing a clipboard through somebody's window, or is it really just about you
No,
having
I'm not gonna reach
claiming
my hands through your
control
window, man.
control over me and having me step out of the side of the car so you can
Okay.
conduct another
Once again,
investigation?
I have every legal right to do that, but to be
Okay.
honest,
You would have already broke my window. If you did, you would have.
I just don't really feel like talking to you anymore.
I
about
see.
it, so I'm
Okay.
gonna
Well,
do
if that were the case and you actually had a legal right, you would have broke my window and tased me by a mob. But you know you'd be sued for
I
that.
have absolutely no desire to do that.
Right. Well, I would just want to let you know
I have no desire to prolong this contact, which is
Well,
why I'm not having you step out of the
because
car.
you have no legal right to, and I just want to verbalize that I'm signing this under duress, under extreme duress.
Verbalize anything you want, man.
Okay. There you go. And that's your pen. My guess is you should uphold your oath to the Constitution and treat free citizens like they're supposed to be treated. Instead of
issuing them citations when
That's
they're not
that right?
paying their registration.
Oh, I see.
Are you saying that your registration is currently valid?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying that
Okay, do you
you
think that
are
people
trying.
shouldn't have to pay for their registration?
I'm not going to answer any of those questions. All I'm saying is that you pulled me over for something and that you want to pull me out of the car and conduct some type of investigation that had nothing to do with
because of
that.
your attitude and because of the dangerous
My
thing that
attitude.
you were asking me to do. Like I said, you were being extremely aggressive.
That you just did willfully.
What?
That you just now did willfully. That was dangerous, huh? Are you afraid of your own shadow? Did you take an oath to uphold the Constitution?
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Can I have your name and badge number?
Can we get your license back?
Back for 67. You said it earlier.
67? Oh, I got the name. I wanted the. You said 67?
Yeah.
You never gave me my license or insurance card back.
Here you go.
See how dangerous that was? Totally violent, right? Go fuck yourself.
That was so unnecessary.
If he had any legal right to pull me out of the car or do anything that he just said he had the right to do, he would have broke my window and tased me long before I refused to get out of the car. Cocksucker.
It's a Saturday night. I had a serious hankering for some Chinese food. The best place in town is about 15 minutes away from my house, and they don't deliver. It was inevitable that I make the drive to pick up my food, go home, stuff my face and relax. What actually happened turned a lethargic Saturday night into a possible fight for my life. The way home from the restaurant is nothing but pitch black, open country roads. Once I reach the last intersection before the end stretch to my house, I see a squad car on the side of the road, in the dark, monitoring the stop sign. Passing him after making the turn, I made it about a mile down the road before I notice him exceedingly approaching. Those bright, symmetrical, square headlights rapidly accelerating toward my car couldn't be mistaken for anything else. I was about to get pulled over. The red and blue piercing lights immediately illuminated my car. I traveled about a quarter mile to a safe place in the road to pull over. I put my car in park, my emergency flashers on, had my ID and insurance card ready, rolled the window down 2 inches and locked both doors. In Illinois, among other states, a driver is not legally required to roll their window down all the way. Officer A. Becker, number 67, of the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office approached my car and after identifying himself, told me why I had been pulled over. Expired registration. I acknowledged what he had said, and provided my ID and insurance upon request. He informed me that I would be receiving a citation for the registration, and that he would be back momentarily with my ticket. After about 10 minutes, he returned to my car with my citation. Up until this moment, the traffic stop had remained professional and courteous, and my window being rolled down only 2 inches did not seem to interfere with our conversation or him being able to relay information. He then requested that I roll it down so that he could further explain my citation. Politely, I answered that I could hear him fine, and that I would prefer not to roll it down. It was then that the demeanor of the situation shifted, and he became aggressive. I was ordered to exit the vehicle on justification that he did not feel safe reaching through my window, even though moments before he would have passed the clipboard through had I rolled it down more. I declined to exit the vehicle, and the events that followed were entirely unnecessary and irrelevant to the reasoning for the initial stop. Click on the banner above to find out more about all of the ways you can assist us in the fight against the police state. Click on the banner above to find out more about all of the ways you can assist us in the fight against the police state. It is very clear in the video that this order had nothing to do with safety, and all about control. This was an attempt to fabricate other offenses against me, possibly endangering my safety, for purposes of revenue. There was no present danger to the officer. This is abuse. This is tyranny. Pennsylvania v. Mims, 434 U.S. 106, 1977, is a United States Supreme Court criminal law decision holding that a police officer ordering a person out of a car following a traffic stop and conducting a pat-down to check for weapons did not violate the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. In this Supreme Court ruling, A man was ordered to exit a vehicle after being stopped for an expired registration because the officer claimed he had reasonable cause to fear for his safety based on the demeanor of the situation. The basis is that the officer's concern for safety exceeded the inconvenience of the driver to exit the vehicle. Given the professional and polite demeanor of the traffic stop in this video, a concern for safety was not a factor until the officer demanded I exit the vehicle for purposes of simply signing a ticket, escalating the situation because his authority was questioned. His reasoning was fabricated and a clear abuse of his authority, derivative of law. The Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. The Fourth Amendment originally enforced the notion that each man's home is his castle, secure from unreasonable searches and seizures of property by the government. It protects against arbitrary arrests, and is the basis of the law regarding search warrants, stop and frisk, safety inspections, wiretaps, and other forms of surveillance, as well as being central to many other criminal law topics and to privacy law. The Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution provides the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects, against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched, and the persons or things to be seized. A law repugnant to the Constitution is void. With these words written by Chief Justice Marshall, the Supreme Court for the first time declared unconstitutional a law passed by Congress and signed by the President. Marbury v. Madison 1803. Despite the aforementioned case law, the act of removing a person who has posed zero threat to you is not and should not be considered reasonable under the parameters of the Fourth Amendment, and is an obvious abuse of authority of law. The Constitution is constantly being undermined by police and authority figures in this country every day. Police are killing people in the streets without justification and without repercussion. Accountability among law enforcement has become as elusive as a unicorn, a term laughed at by anyone who understands how the justice system actually works. Police are granted extra privileges and immunity, with the task of generating profit for the state. This ultimately leads to violent situations where violence was not previously present. When put into perspective, this traffic stop sounds absolutely insane. Essentially, I was forcefully inhibited from traveling, stopped on a dark country road, in the middle of the night for a victimless crime that translates directly into revenue for the state. An unpaid registration cannot possibly have a victim, and should be met with a letter in the mail. Not being stopped, removed from my vehicle, and violently extorted on the side of the road. Policing for profit methods are literally creating violent, aggressive situations on the premise of taxation without representation. And people are dying for it on a daily basis. In closing, I would like to address those who will say things like if you would just obey the law and comply, you'll have nothing to worry about. The Holocaust didn't happen overnight. It was completely legal and made possible by cops just following orders, enforcing laws from politicians who were just writing laws onto people who died obeying and following the law. If a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obligated to do so. Thomas Jefferson.